So I've been taking my time going through all my cards for my Ravnica Guilds Super Cube. I have finally settled down on doing the first 5 guild boxes. Each guild box, for each guild box, I put in 270 cards, and then I selected out of those 270 cards a commander deck that I think is pretty good, representative of the cards in the box. I didn't make it the strongest deck that I could. It's more a fun deck that is representative of the cards I have been issued since Return to Ravnica. Uses the Guild Kit and uses Ravnica 2, Return to Ravnica, and Ravnica 3. So I'm going to zoom out here so you guys can see. And then of course I'm going to use Force of Will rules for the mana, so it can go the games can go really fast when I pilot the decks. And I'm going to show that in some other video. This video is just showing the Azorius cards, and then also just the intro to the little playlist in which this is going to be in. So I've got Golgari, Celestia, Izzet, and Rakdos. So those are the 5 guilds, if I remember correctly, that were in Return to Ravnica. But Ravnica 3 has been different because I know Azorius is in Allegiance and not in guilds, and I forget. I think Izzet was in guilds. So right now I'm going to do these 5. We've got another little road trip later on in the summer. After that road trip, in which I'm going to buy some more cards on the road.
And me too.
And you too. And also I have a War of the Spark.
Because remember, I run the Pokemon section of this channel nowadays.
I know.
So my dad ain't making any more Pokemon videos.
No, I'm done with that. It's over.
Yeah, now I'm the one who's making the Pokemon content.
Yeah, it's just magic for me. And also I've got a War of the Spark and the Fat Packs, a second Fat Pack of Allegiance, both brand new, the Fat Packs for Allegiance and the War Booster Box. And then I'll crack some 2020 core set packs during the road trip. And from those, I'm going to add to the cards that I already have to make selections with, because I found that it takes a lot of cards to get to 1,350 cards for 5 guilds. And I've done the first 1350, and now I'm going to do the second 1350 later in the summer. Okay, so these are all mana ordered by type, and I'm just going to go through them. I'm not going to go into it in detail because I want to start piloting the decks. I want to make one video for each one. I'm not sure how long each video is going to be. Not too long, because I want to get to piloting. But I want to have a record of this deck in a video so I can look at it later. Okay, so the inspector, when it hits, it's going to give me a clue. It's got flash. It's mostly white, blue flyers with lots of artifacts. So it can be, so I can use the historic cards from Dominaria. Flash, it's got flash. This card is from 2020, Magic 2020. From the Guild Kit, Judge's Familiar. Another card from the Guild Kit, and also from Ravnica 1. Don't know if this is the right card to put in this deck, but I wanted to have at least one or two vehicles in every deck except Golgari. Golgari doesn't have any vehicles. Really didn't fit in the theme. Omen Speaker, so I can scry 2. And I do have some Enter the Battlefield cards, so it's a control deck, so I definitely want to use this card. Each player cannot draw more than 1 card each turn. Now, it's not always going to be on the board, and when it isn't, that's when I'm going to draw more than 1 card. I mean, this card's not going to survive a whole game. Then Spells Queller. I'm not going to read some of the cards. Trophy Mage, because I want to tutor for an artifact with CMC equals 3. Deputy of Detention. I've got a lot of exile effects, a lot of temporary exile effects in the deck, And angels. All the top creatures are angels that I could find. That made sense for the deck. So here I can send back something with an ETB. Another control card. A temporary exile trick. An angel. I doubt, I'm not in a life gain deck in here, but I needed a low casting angel. Then this ETB is for detain, so it's going to fit the deck really well. I've got a lot of flyers, but some cards in the deck are not flyers, but still I have enough flyers that this clause, being an anthem for flyers, this card is going to be good. Restoration Angel, of course, because I have some ETBs and I want to get to use them twice. A cheapo angel, but a low casting one of the few low casting angels around from Avacyn Restored. Another Avacyn Restored angel, low casting. I don't have any black creatures, so that's great. And this deck is going to do really well against something like sacks critters. This card just protects itself, basically. Tutor. Not tutor, but get an artifact out of your graveyard. And whenever you cast, it's going to be, historic here is mostly going to be artifacts. It gets a counter. That's good. The ETB for detain on Lavinia, that's good. Then, because I'm on angels and the higher end of my curve, other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. That's pretty good. If I discard a card to it, it becomes hexproof, so it's got a way of protecting itself. And it's got Scry 3. It's great. I used it a lot when I was in Theros Standard. Then from the Guild Kit, the Asperia. Draws a ton, although it's very heavy. Another heavy card. It's got a control clause, and then it's got, what is it called? It's in the deck. Forget the name of the card because I am getting old, but it's in this deck. Sphinx's Revelation. That's right. Sphinx's Revelation. Okay, a big angel, indestructible, casual. Big angel that is not casual with the temporary exile clause. And then a lockdown end of game card where you're hopefully going to have everything. It's going to be a flyer, except for this. You lock it down, and then your opponent, if they don't have any flyers, they're done. And then another gigantic angel at the top end that makes everything indestructible. Everything, permanence, fantastic. Okay, so these are the creatures. I'm not going to count them. And then I've got a bunch of temporary exile effects, like Detention Sphere. You can pause it to read the card. Stasis Nair, which of course has flash, which is fantastic. The O-Ring, Sphere of Safety. These are classic cards for lockdown. And of course, nobody gets to do anything with their graveyards. Rest in peace. Oh, I've got a dupe. Oh man, I've got a dupe. Okay, I will exchange. I will put something in right now, even though I don't want to redo this video, folks. I'm sorry. And I know what I want to put in because I have a gazillion effects in here that are of the top. I know what I want to put in. There we go. This is what I want to put in. Yep, I want to take extra turns. There we go. Substitute. Very quick substitute. I forgot that card. I wanted to put it in all along. Okay, so we were there. Okay, that was a good save. And because I don't want to be mucking with these decks anymore. I want to get to pilot them. It's all about, I mean, building the deck and doing all this work to get to this point is a lot of fun. But playing the deck is what we do. Summon. A counter spell with Scry. Regular casual counter spell. Azorius Charm. Great end of game card. Then these are here just because I want to play them. They suck, but I want to play them. So it's kind of like a representative deck, and so I wanted to play this card. And the same with this other one. Then Teferi, which I pulled during the last trip, the first of the 2 summer trips, and Karn. And Dalvin just because, you know, something from war. And then I've got how many artifacts? 3, 6, I think it was 15 if I remember correctly, 10, 14. 14 artifacts. Yeah, so, yeah. Planar Bridge from M19. Another vehicle. Casual card. There's a better card in M19, but it doesn't matter. We're not going to polish the turd with these decks. Got to make sure I didn't dupe again. And I'm on Angels, and I want to be able to. This is really what goes with Geist of St. Traft. This is the effect on Geist of St. Traft as an artifact. And then you get an extra angel from this one. Get to gain a little life, doesn't hurt. Casual Rock, another lockdown card for graveyards. The key rune, and then the signet, and I'm done.